Breaking news for you. Breaking news from Tigray Eritrea border. Military mobilization is being witnessed by some sources. Movement of troops in Tigray or in Eritrea or on both sides of the border, from where troops are being relocated to which places. Is another war looming? What is the reason? I received some information. I've been working on it since this morning. Now I have got some confirmation. That is why I thought of sharing it with you. Welcome to the channel, viewers. Thank you for watching. Good to be with you. Uh, uh, Today is Friday, and on Friday we start live chats. I will try to host a live chat tonight, but I am not sure because I have very pressing family engagement too. So if I am free, then I'll let you know, and we'll have a live chat at the usual time, 1800 GMT. Now, viewers, back to the news story. But then what is happening in Tigray these days? These days in Tigray, people are protesting. IDPs are protesting. For the last 3 days, we have been seeing a new wave of protests in Tigray. Not just IDPs, political parties, religious organizations, civil society, all are joining. Tigray Muslim community, Orthodox Church of Tigray, civil society organizations, all issued statements in the last 2 to 3 days. They joined the protests ongoing in Tigray, mainly in Mekelle. Thousands are protesting. They say that IDPs must return to their homes before the start of rainy season, before the start of winter. And they say that federal government should ensure the return of IDPs as soon as possible. In Mekelle, even the government has joined the protests. Today, on Friday, government offices remained closed and government workers joined the protests. So everyone is part of these protests for the return of IDPs. What is the other side saying? Federal government. Why is that federal government is not showing any interest in ensuring the return of IDPs? Federal government says that these protests, federal government officials, on condition of anonymity, they say these protests by TPLF are basically a way of justifying by them to launch a war. They say that Tigray is not participating in the committee formed, committee comprising Tigray and federal government to solve the issue of IDPs, firstly. Secondly, they say that the committee asked Tigray to compile a list of IDPs. From where were they displaced? In Humera Volkai Sagade. How many are they? What are their names? So, federal government asked Tigray to prepare a list. The list was then due to be sent to the federal government, to the government in Humera Volkai Sagade for verification, for vetting, so that only those people return to the homes, to their homes in Humera Volkai Sagade who are original residents of the area. It has not happened. Tigray government has not shared details of IDPs with the federal government, with the Ethiopian National Defense Force so far. That is why ENDF and federal government say that they are cooperating, but Tigray is dragging its feet. It does not want to share the details of IDPs. It wants everyone to enter Humera Volkai Sagade and be resident of that. So this is one of the issues which I learned. Now, what I have learned is military mobilization, which could be linked to the issue which I mentioned, return of IDPs. Could be linked. Two types of military movements I have been able to confirm. Firstly, Tigray military. It is being put on high alert. Tigray military in northwestern part of Tigray, in areas like Shire, etc. TDF fighters are being put on high alert, and some units have been seen leaving Shire in western direction towards Takeze. This is what was confirmed to me by some sources, credible sources. So military in Tigray being put on alert and some military mobilization towards Takeze. First piece of information. Second piece of information is from Eritrea. Eritrean military relocation or redeployment is also happening reportedly on two fronts. Hajar. First front is Hajar. I think Hajar is Sudan, Eritrea, Ethiopia border area. Volcayet site, Humera Volcayet site. So some new units of Eritrean military have been seen arriving in Hajar. Firstly. Secondly, some Eritrean military units, new units, have been seen heading towards and entering Tassane. Tassane is, I think, at the site. If you enter Eritrea from Zilambasa, then you enter Tassane. So it's towards Degrat side. So the movement of Eritrean military towards Hajar could be linked to the conflict in Sudan, because Sudanese war is ongoing and situation still volatile there. RSF is accusing Isaias Afwerki of supporting Sudanese armed forces. Sudanese fighter jets have been relocated to Asmara, and Sudanese government is purchasing weapons through Eritrea, reportedly. There is need of Eritrean military deployment on border with Sudan. In border areas, there should be more presence of EDF. That could be linked to Sudanese conflict, or it could be linked to Volkite. If anything happens in Volkite, if Tigray fighters cross Takeze, and they try to make a move into Volkite, obviously EDF would like its forces to be deployed on its side of the border. Will Eritrea join or not? We don't know. But Eritrea would like to have its military deployed so that the military could protect Eritrean territory, or it could play a role in the conflict if it decides to support one of the two parties. Meanwhile, Ethiopian National Defense Force in Humera Volkayet Sagede has been put on alert. ENDF officers have been told to be fully prepared. No signs of dismantlement of Colonel Damak Zadu-led government. Colonel has been raising militias, Takeze guards, to stop the entry of Tigray fighters into Volkayet from across Takeze River. And we know that Army 70 is also preparing in Sudan, preparing for some time. I have shown you videos, pictures of Army 70, which is fighting in Sudanese civil war. Some of its members, they're being reorganized there, they're being armed. And if anything happens in Volkayet, we could see a push into Volkayet, into Humera from Sudan by Army 70. I am not saying that war is going to erupt. All that could be just posturing, military posturing by TPLF, by TDF. military posturing to tell the federal government of Ethiopia that ensure the return of our IDP, otherwise we are ready. We're going to attack Volkai. I've been saying for the last 2 to 3 months, if you remember, Volkai is a flashpoint. I've been saying that Eritrea Ethiopia tension is less important than the tensions in Volkai. This issue should be solved. And I think we're gradually seeing the buildup of tensions in and around Volkai. So, coming days, I think, are crucial. Let's hope that better sense prevails. Tigray leaders and federal government, they announce meetings, meetings between Tigray and Amhara, Tigray and federal government, and the issue of IDPs is solved. Yes, Tigray should share details of IDPs. How many IDPs are there in Tigray who claim to be residents of Humera Volkai Sag? What are their names? Where were they living when they were displaced from Humera Volkai Sag? This list should be shared with the Ethiopian National Defense Force, with the government in Humera Volkai Sag. Thanks for watching.